hear myself.
Oh, right.
Turn on my mic. Hello? Hello?
Good.
Yes. Now I can hear myself.
All right. Hello, Steph.
Yeah.
Just a reminder to everyone listening to us on your favorite podcast app that if you're interested in watching the podcast, it's also available on our YouTube channel. So go do that. The fuck. It's episode 272. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us once again for another Steph-tastic episode of the Foo Bar Show program. But first, click on the link for SoCal rock band The Fallen Electric at the bottom of FooBarShow.com for music, tour dates, and merch. On Friday, May 13th, I will be at Boondocks in Corona, California, playing a free show with The Fallen Electric from 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. And we're also back at Brewery X in Anaheim, California on Sunday, May 15th. Before the pandemic, this was one of my most favorite places to play, and we are officially back for a free show from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Sunday.
Free, did you say?
That's right. Plenty of food, and they're very, they're tasty Brewery X crafted assortment of beers. Can't fucking talk right now. Next up, get your Foo Bar Show swag at FooBarShow.com. Find all kinds of items like t-shirts, pillow cushions, mugs, magnets, and stickers in tons of colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at FooBarShow.com to check it all out. And lastly, Grass Store, everybody. Now servicing all of Southern California and the San Francisco Bay Area. They're the best cannabis delivery service I've ever used. Fucking ever. Fast, reliable, and responsive. And that's what I like about my weed guy, Steph.
Good.
Right?
Good.
Isn't that what you should expect from your weed guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to FooBarShow.com, click on the Grass Store banner, just scroll a little bit. It's not even a whole lot of scrolling. You just got to go to the bottom. And then click on that banner, and first-time users get 30% off of their purchase. And keep clicking that link for those who keep doing it and sharing it and all that good stuff. And thanks for helping to support the show. And now, 272. Can you believe it, Steph?
Can't believe it.
Here we go. Oh, I should have this ready. Here we go. From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Bar Show. Hey, what is up, everyone? I am Joe C.
And I'm Steph.
Thank y'all very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a champ. You can also listen in and get our swag at FooBarShow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com. And follow FOO Bar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Join in, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, Steph?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Josh is missing today. He's sick. He's got the Rona, probably.
Finally got him.
It's like we're hoping he gets it because he's been so high and mighty about not ever getting it.
I haven't got it. It has been me.
Yeah. And
everybody else around me is getting it. Because Josh, you're probably spreading it to everybody.
He's all asymptomatic and stuff. No, he's calling it a sinus cold.
It's an allergy.
It's an allergy. He's feeling
Probably.
lazy, and I don't blame him, man.
Yeah. No, it's miserable.
On Tap today is not a goddamn thing. I don't know what today's been all about, but I think it might have to do with yesterday's, it was full of activities. At least I know you've been busy as fuck, Steph.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm still awake.
Yesterday, yeah, and like, I'm not kidding when I say we have nothing planned. Like, we don't have a Geeking Out. We don't have a joint report. We have music. So we'll do some of that. So we're just going to banter. We'll see how this goes. I don't feel sorry for anybody.
No.
You tuned in. You pressed play. You can get out of here at any point. Please don't. But yesterday you, Steph, did this Taekwondo Rumble.
Yeah, there was 3 different Taekwondo schools, and the Rumbles pretty much, they really start with a lot of exercises, and they get you into the mood for sparring. They give you pointers on
Let me translate that for a second, because getting you into the mood for sparring is just 2 hours of conditioning.
Yes.
And me, as an onlooker, for 2 hours and in the hot sun. And for me, it was outside. For you, it was not.
Right. The way it was set up was all of the participants were inside the studio.
Right.
And there was not enough room with everybody had their like gig bags. And there's probably like 30 students between 3 schools, probably even a little bit more than that, all in one studio.
The size of this dojang was probably the size of your average Subway sandwich place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or a Jersey Mike's, perhaps.
So all of the support
without the counter,
all the support family were outside baking in the hot
condiment
sun.
rack,
and
I guess the soda fountain.
Yeah.
It's in a strip mall kind of.
Yeah,
area.
They usually are. That's where the most people traffic is.
Yeah.
It's strategically.
So all the friends, family, they all had to look inward from the outside, pretty much the sidewalk. They set up some benches and chairs, and you had to look from a window, the window that they have there, to look inside the dojang, which had a huge glare to it. I almost started getting a headache.
You're just staring at a reflection of yourself.
Pretty much.
This is what I look like when I sit here.
If your friend or family member was participating in the sparring, then they would call out who was participating in that, and then they will allow you in to take off your shoes and start busting out your camera and such. So that was draining because not the sun, not the outdoors, not the pollen in the air, but the fucking cackling and small talk from all the ladies around me. Good God, I hate small talk so much. And I purposely, and it's not hard for me to do,
right?
But I purposely just made myself unapproachable. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
What did you do?
I just didn't smile. My eyelids were, at half mast. Just like I looked like a very young divorcee who really didn't want to be there.
Like, which kid's yours?
The fucking 35-year-old over there.
The one in the back.
Yeah. And they kept you in the back because I guess they put you. It was piñata rules, right? The tallest person was in the back.
It was age rules, so all of the kids were in the front because there's more of them and they're smaller,
right?
Yeah, and height wise.
Yeah, the most action I saw, which was pretty dope, I gotta say, was when 2 kids, they had to have been like 13 each, give or take. And they were sparring, and I just see them both throw kicks and both of their knees connect.
Gee.
And everybody just hears this loud snap.
Yeah.
And no bones were broken, but you can tell none of them were having a good time. And I got to give it to them. No tears. They were just like really kind of like, fuck, this hurts,
Yeah. Yeah, because you just have to get up, brush it off, and keep fighting.
Nah, one kid, they needed to get him some ice. They were icing him and stuff.
Yeah, one of the students from our school, she ended up hurting her left leg, and she was down for a couple minutes, but with a little TLC, she got back up. She started sparring again.
Well, good, because they would have had to put a bullet in her head for like a horse, right?
No, that's not like
that's race horses.
That's not the way this works.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this sport just became a lot less intense.
It's not a blood sport. Taekwondo is not a blood sport. You're padded. You have all the gear. You have foot pads, shin guards, arm pads. And let me tell you that those arm pads fucking come in handy. Because half the time you're blocking, and those are like full force.
Oh, I can imagine how many bruises you would have.
Breaking wood kicks. So those are like bone-breaking kicks if you don't have those arm guards. Especially like, for us adults that were sparring against each other. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
But it's like when throughout the Rumble, it literally was like 2 hours of conditioning pre-fight. So their theory is like, we're going to wipe you out before you even start fighting. And so I did 3 rounds. But it was so hard to see from your point of view because I was in the back still. And so like there was like layer upon layer of spars.
Even when I went inside and tried to shoot some video, I still couldn't there was still a lot in the way. Yeah. From other people sparring and stuff. But it was cool watching everything happen. it kind of reminded me of my wrestling days, where we had in my high school was in La Puente, called Nogales High School, and it has one of the largest gyms in the local area. I mean, I think there's been enough renovations with a lot of these high schools where a lot of the gyms now are that size. But when I was going there, it was the largest gym in that area, the largest one out of any of the high schools. And so we would invite schools from all over California, Arizona, New Mexico, pretty much the Southwest, to come and do a Super Champs wrestling tournament. And it was just mats all over the gym floor. And we're talking like...
Who was your mascot? Machamp?
Machamp? The Pokemon? No.
Super Champs.
Yeah, no, Super
Sponsored
Champs.
by Machamp.
Yeah, sponsored by Machamp. No, it was, we didn't have a mascot. I mean, the school mascot was the Nobles. We were the Nogales Nobles.
Oh, you were a knight.
No, the Nobles. And so there was mats everywhere, and there had to have been like maybe like 15 matches happening at one time.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on, and it was a huge tournament. And the winner of that tournament usually went to state, you know, because they were that good. If you can win a tournament that had like an invitational of all the high schools in the Southwest of the United States, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good enough to go to state. And sure enough, usually the winner of those would go that far, at least go CIF and that kind of thing. But so yeah, it kind of took me back to that as a smaller scaled version of that, but in Taekwondo also.
You know, I think as an adult, I can see you, if you wanted to get into some sort of exercise, jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I was going to say jiu-jitsu is,
it's a lot of grappling, and you're on the floor.
Yeah, because it's probably the closest to wrestling, and I've already have exposure to wrestling.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. I've been out of high school how long now?
Right.
It's been...
But you keep harking back to it, because those were your heydays.
No, not even, man. I was no fucking cool guy. Those were not my heydays. That's probably the worst days of my life was high school. Everybody's just so awkward.
That's what high school is. It's an awkward place.
Yeah, no, middle school was worse. Yeah, no, fuck that noise.
I gave 0 fucks.
Yeah. But anyway, after the Taekwondo Rumble, we went to Wingstop and then got ready for my show. I played a show at the Canyon Inn over in Yorba Linda, California. We kind of have a residency there, and it was really fun, wouldn't you say? I think the crowd was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, once there was like a birthday party that was there. There was this one drunk girl.
Dude, there's this drunk chick in a blue dress and a cowboy hat and boots. And she hit the floor fucking hard, dude. Like twice at least that I saw her.
Damn, I missed it because when I was filming you guys, she had just started hitting the dance floor. Dude. And at one point, she hit the pool table. Alcohol is bad. And then she climbed onto the pool table.
Oh, she got on?
She got on. And then she was like lifting her legs like, look at me. She's like...
Could she get him that high?
She was side-lying. And she was just raising up her legs, like flashing the band. But she was like from where she was positioned, she would be like off to the back right of you guys. So you wouldn't be able to see her unless you actually turned to look back. But that's what she was doing.
And the crowd was in front of us, and she was like to the right back side of us. Yeah. Kind of backstagey area.
So she was up on the pool table, flashing everybody.
Nice.
And her friend was just...
interesting? No,
because her friend was just immediately like, put your shit down. Everybody can see your cooch.
Just an axe wound.
No, she was wearing underwear. But she kept doing it, and it was hilarious. And I think there's some video of it floating around somewhere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you take that video?
No.
Oh.
No.
All right.
Alcohol is bad.
No, you know what I discovered? I think it wasn't even this weekend. I think it was last weekend. Dude, I am such a fucking bitch and a lightweight when it comes to beer now. 3 Michelobs and I got a real cool buzz going, like a hard buzz, like bordering drunk.
You're all belligerent.
I know. No, well, this wasn't last night because I was sweating it out. But the night prior to that, I want to go check out my buddy Mike's band. He has a cover band called Greater Than 3. And if you look at it, it's the greater than signal 3, which is pretty much a heart, but, misplaced. It's a thing. You got to kind of think about it.
Not really.
They were good. Shut up. And... what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I had about 3 Michelobs, and I was riding a real cool buzz. I was like, dude, this is not supposed to happen. And that's after I had a 3x3 cheeseburger too from Jack in the Box. Because I've been doing the keto thing. So
keto. For those of you keeping tabs at home,
I haven't talked about keto in like at least a month. At least.
I'm sure it's gotten in there somewhere.
At least a month.
Alcohol is bad.
And so. I had, I guess there's something to it when people say that, bread or any kind of carb food would soak up the alcohol because, when I order a burger these days, it's lettuce wrapped and I make up for it by ordering an extra patty and cheese and with the pickles and the onions. And it's a nice salad with my with my quarter fucking pound of meat.
That absorption thing is just the old wives' tale. If it's in your body, it's in your body.
Well, was it just because I was fat and taller and like high tolerance for alcohol back then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's likely it then.
Yeah. You're like half the size that you were before.
70 pounds.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we whispering?
I have no idea. Because you were fat.
Yeah, and when my band plays shows, it's a 4-hour ordeal. So I'm up there on stage for not all 4 hours. We take breaks in between, but it's only like 15-minute breaks, just 2 of them. But like everybody was real chill there. There wasn't anybody trying to get into a fight because usually that shit happens. It's just belligerent, sloppy drunks, and that's you're gonna see that at any party.
I really just saw like the one chick that was like that, but everybody else was having a good time. They were rolling. Through their drinks, but
nobody got out of hand.
Yeah.
Everybody was there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those nights, man.
Yeah.
And of course, in between sets, we go outside, have a good smoke, and people join us for a good conversation. Hopefully we make some good fans at network. Particularly for me, I had my business cards ready because we're still looking for a bassist.
You're just handing them out.
Do you know a bassist? Do you know a bassist? Do you know? Anyway, for those curious.
Let me give you my card.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case you know somebody. For those who are wondering how we're still doing this, I don't know. Have I talked about this on the podcast before?
Briefly.
Yeah. So it took me a while, but when we lost our bassist, I'm just like, the band has to go on. The show must go on. So I set out to record all of the bass lines, it wasn't difficult. It was just very time consuming because, for one, I'm familiar with all the songs. Obviously, I play a lot of the guitar parts for the songs that we do live, and so I have an idea of how the bass goes, but I don't know the bass part. So for one, I had to learn the bass part, and then I had to record it, and it's just a raw recording because all I'm doing is I'm pumping it back out from my computer into an actual bass amp. Like, we're talking a fucking massive amp with subwoofers and everything. That subwoofer's fucking nice.
DJ Fallen Electric.
DJ TFE. Acronym Central. So that's how I've been doing it. And I've gotten greedy and added like organs and keyboards and more backup vocals. So you can imagine a 3-piece band sounding like arguably like a 5 or 6-piece band while we're out there sometimes.
But what you had to do a lot was when people came up for requests, you ended up like explaining the whole process to them.
No, I didn't.
Instead of just saying no, you were just like, we're not taking requests. You would just be like, no, I can't do that. We have this set up. We don't have
It wasn't a drawn out like explanation. All I would say is
I have my computer here, and this computer's programmed for different songs, and it's gonna play through this bass amp, and we don't have a bass player.
It didn't sound like that. It didn't sound like anything like that. I didn't say any of that.
You could have just said, no, we're not taking the request.
Oh my God, can I speak? All I would say... All I would say...
All I'm saying is...
Steph, is what was I talking? Oh yeah. Well, all I was saying is that if they would approach, with like a dollar bill, trying to get a request because they wouldn't get the hints that there's a computer playing a backtrack to the bass parts, is we can't take requests right now. We don't have a bassist. Our computer's playing the bass. That's all I would say, and people would look up and say, "Oh yeah, he's got a backtrack."
That's not the
going.
first thing that they're looking for.
Yeah, well, maybe they should.
Oh, okay.
It's just weird. At least, is it maybe just
This
because
guy-
me and I understand?
This guy
What a band
who
is-
had a birthday left you a note on a napkin with a tip underneath.
And then he took the tip.
No, he took the tip and put it in the jar.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I was gonna tackle him.
No. And he
Yeah.
was just like, I want you to play this. And I was like,
No, all he said was, "Do you guys know any classic rock, Zeppelin, Van Halen, or anything like that?" And we're like, "No, but it's your birthday." And his name was Joe.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Joe too. We happen to know the Simpsons version, or when the Ramones played the Happy Birthday song for Mr. Burns on The Simpsons, and that's the version that we learned, and that's what we played, and it's up on our Instagram, and you can watch it there. But yeah, so we played that instead, and he was happy, and he gave us a good props.
don't you have like qualms with people who play classic rock songs that are 60 years old at this point?
Not qualms. No, I don't have any qualms with that. I don't have any beef. I don't have any issues with anything like that. The thing that I guess my problem with that is that there's just way too many cover bands that are like that. There's just, at least it's just so saturated, and it makes it difficult for somebody who's trying to move forward and look ahead. I mean, fuck, shit from the 90s can be and is considered classic rock now.
Yeah.
But when these old heads get in there and they cover a really shitty version of Eric Clapton's Cocaine, or a really shitty version of like Immigrant Song, or a dastardly version of like Black Sabbath song, Smoke on the Water or whatever, what have you. You just hear them all the time. They're not well done. These guys are way past their prime, and I just suspect that if they were younger, it would still be painful to listen to because they're just not that talented. And I'm not saying I'm the best musician out there, but for fuck's sake, I at least try. I burn the calories to at least make it sound and look good.
There's enough of those tribute bands floating around Southern California, at least, that will cover those perfectly.
Yep.
Queen Nation.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin.
Arguably would sound better than the original band.
Yeah.
Because they're dedicating their fucking heart and soul into it. Just as good or better. Or what is it? The all female version of Van Halen. What is it? No, Iron Maiden. I'm sorry, the Iron Maidens. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah. Oh man.
Alcohol is bad.
And so I didn't get out of there till what, like 2, 3?
I even fell asleep in the van.
You fell asleep in the van because you. Oh, let's keep this fucking train going, Steph. You agreed to go hiking at 7 a.m. with your dad?
Yeah.
You go hiking now. Apparently, that's a thing that you do.
Oh my god, I was just never hike. I would never hike before.
Is this like the 4th week in a row or something where you go hiking?
I have apparently been on several hikes this year. I've lost count because apparently I said one day, I don't like hiking. I don't want to do it. It's just too hard. And like, I guess I said it was boring. And then all of a sudden, people started inviting me to hiking. And I said yes once. And then now all of a sudden, everybody...
You see, that's where you went wrong. And even if you would agree to go, see what what I would have done. You want to know what I would have done? What I would have done is I would have complained the entire time, rendering me useless and undesirable for future invitations. Because the last thing you want, thing you want is just to keep getting these invitations. It's like the only friend that owns a truck in your circle of friends, and he's always getting hit up to like help him move. You're like, hey man, you got a truck, and can you help me move? Or, hey, I got this couch I bought and I don't want to pay for delivery. You mind doing me a solid? I'll cover you gas kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you want to do it and you want to help out, but it's just time away from the couch.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Right, because you have to be there with the truck.
Right, you got to be there. You come through every time because you know, because they probably did you some solids earlier that year, or they took you home or drove home when you went on a bender.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's where you went wrong.
So
you told everybody you had a truck, and now everybody's hitting you up for hikes.
So between last night and between early this morning and earlier this morning, I had 3 hours of sleep before I did a 5-mile hike.
I would have been so miserable.
How was it?
How was it?
You know what? It actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty steep in the beginning, but overall, the weather was great. The sun wasn't too hot.
Oh, you are liars! You are fucking liars!
I don't believe a goddamn word of that. I would have been so miserable. I would have been complaining.
My fucking body hurt from getting, kicked from Taekwondo.
I would have fed myself ibuprofen with a funnel.
My feet were hurting because I don't have appropriate shoes anymore. My shoes are like 10 years old. There's no grip on them. I just slide wherever I hit the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt every inch of that on my feet, and then the legs hurting.
I still have my toe shoes. Remember I bought toe shoes?
Oh, the 5-finger toe shoes?
The 5-finger toe shoes. People remember that?
Yeah.
They were the latest craze way back when. How long ago would you say that was when I bought those toe shoes?
That was probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah, oh, fuck. You're not kidding? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I think it was 10 years ago. I bought these toe shoes, and we used to have... it doesn't exist anymore, and if it does, it's news to me. Garcia Trail. It was in Covina, California. It was a really steep fucking trail. I'd say it was at least a 45-minute dip.
I think I did that once with you guys.
You look miserable. You couldn't keep up. But I did it with my toe shoes, and now I guess my mistake was not wearing socks that day. Because it pretty much disintegrated the entire bottom of each foot. Like the bottom of the foot, the entire epidermis, the outer layer of the bottom of my foot detached.
It was gross.
It was gross.
It was, so you're like, I remember that day. You were just like, you were at my house, or the apartment at the time. And you're just like, I think there's something wrong with my foot. It feels like really itchy. I was like, okay, well, do you want to take off your socks?
I wasn't wearing socks.
Yeah.
I was wearing the toe, the just the shoes.
No, this was after you had done that trail. Like a few days after you were like at the apartment, and then we were just hanging out. This is how I remember it. And then
it was 10 years ago.
And then then you take off the sock, and you're just like, holy shit.
It peeled off with I would say the shoe.
You didn't take off a sock. You took off your skin.
Yeah.
It was a skin sock.
Yep. That's what that's what you remember seeing. I think.
It was disgusting.
It was not a good thing. It was gross.
It was something out of a horror movie.
And then, of course, I have to immediately wrap it in bandages, and it was gross. I really couldn't walk right for like at least a couple of weeks until, the skin started scab. I didn't even scab. The skin, because there was still like an internal layer of skin, the raw skin was, but I guess the calloused skin, the outer layer was gone, just leaving a raw fucking meat there. Yeah, it was gross. If you're imagining it and getting grossed out, I think you're doing a good job at imagining it, because that's what it looked like.
Just pink raw tenderness.
Yeah, it was gross.
I was surprised that you were actually like still working and you were doing stuff.
Well, I had crutches, remember?
Oh, that's right.
I was on crutches for a couple of weeks because I really couldn't step right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was landing, because both feet would go up in the air with the crutch. And I would land with one foot with the toe and the other foot with the heel. And I would just bounce up, kind of like swinging myself onto the next step. And I was working a job that required me to be on my feet for a lot of the day. So that sucked.
Fuck that.
Anyway, I want to wear those toe shoes again.
Okay.
But
you know what's funny is because they told you to break them in before you actually hike with them or do any extraneous activity, and you're just like, nope.
what do they know?
I don't know anything. It's fine.
Yeah.
Those shoes are not for rock hiking.
Yeah. You know, in the commercials way back when, it was people just walking on fluffy sand and doing really, really small, not very laborious activities.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, I'm like... and then just getting home I wasn't even in pain. Not until I took the shoe off and the thing, you know, the skin peeled off was I really kind of like... And even then, it didn't hurt. It was just very irritating. It was almost more itchy than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid.
It's gross.
Wouldn't do that again.
No.
But I got to get myself some socks for that stuff now.
Don't you have socks for those?
I think I threw them out.
Well, it was...
I used to get them on Wish. Remember Wish?
Yeah, I remember
Remember
Wish.
before we... what was it? Tariffs. The tariffs in China?
Yeah.
Before that happened, Wish was like, you can get shit for pennies.
Yeah.
And those socks, I shit you not, I think were like 30 cents. Now, granted, you had to pay like $2 shipping, but even then, out the door was still pretty fucking good compared to anything you could find on Amazon.
Yeah, if you could wait like a month to get them.
Yeah.
Because it had to come on a barge and, get shipped.
Yeah, they waited until an actual container was full before sending it out to you. But it was worth it. It was worth it.
Wasn't there
It was super cheap. And the tariffs came about and everything became just as expensive as Amazon. I'm like, well, fuck this.
And then everybody was all about Wish too. It's like, oh, where'd you get that? Oh, I got it on Wish.
But it was always like this low, like it didn't look like the picture, you know? And that's why when you get something shitty, like a shitty version of something, it's the Wish version of it.
We bought a bunch of junk that we thought we needed. Like you got super excited for like this soda dispenser that held like a 2-liter bottle of soda.
But the guilt factor was out the door because it was only like 50 cents.
It was just like this cheap ass plastic.
It was 50 cents.
And they wanted you to do all the labor and like flip the soda bottle upside down, put it in the holder. Then you had to like...
Gravity's what did it.
Right. But then you had to actually like poke a hole through the cap.
No.
And then dispense it somehow.
No, it was its own like thing. It's one of those things where like, yeah, the 2-liter bottle would be upside down and you would screw it on to it and then gravity would pretty much dispense it when you hit the button or what do you call it to dispense it out of the nozzle. You got to help me out here. I can't think of the word.
The dispenser?
Yep. Yep. and then it would dispense the soda or the drink or whatever the fuck.
I don't know. It's a bunch of garbage stuff that we bought. I don't even... Half that stuff broke.
Yeah.
Like after the third use.
Again, guilt-free. It was pennies. It wasn't expensive at all. Like I just had to wait like a couple months to get it in the mail.
Yeah.
But you know what? The packages always smelled funny, right?
They smell like
seafood.
Yeah.
Like it was in the same container as like shrimp or something.
Probably.
It was weird.
Think, you know what? They probably just packed everything because all of that junk probably was maybe one container's worth for the month. And they just held it in the same shipping.
It's all the shit that the 99-cent stores rejected.
Where they did the fishing.
Yeah. Yep. And so anyway, getting back to you. So you did your hike and then you took like a 5-hour nap.
Oh yeah, that was today.
Yeah. And
oh, you know what? We went to Corky's to eat breakfast and
Corky's is it a national diner or is it just a local diner?
I don't know.
Is it just a cheesier version of Denny's, really?
No, because I don't really think is Corky's national? We have to look that up. I would say that they have way bigger portions than a Denny's. They're not as gimmicky as Denny's with their, Grand Slam wedge or their moons over my hammy. They just have the standard diner food. Like, you know what you're getting. You're getting a fucking French toast. You're getting a stack of pancakes. Or you're getting like fucking ham and eggs or whatever. But the ham and eggs is a fucking full-on, maybe 10-inch in diameter slice of ham. So they're not fucking around. They give you like these huge portions.
All right.
But the decorations, my God, it's like they went to a...
It's a Southern California thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's local kitchen and bakery.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 locations. The one that's furthest from us is in Apple Valley. The closest one is here in Upland. Mm-hmm. There's one in Pomona too.
Yeah.
And it's really an Inland Empire staple, looks like. It goes as far west as Pomona. And Claremont's right next door. We got one in Rancho. Yeah, I would never eat there. Have we eaten there?
Yes, we've eaten there, and you've actually enjoyed it. They have huge portions, and but the thing that's not
totally not keto though.
That's not the issue. Yes, it's keto if you order the eggs and ham or non-bread items.
Damn, that looks good.
The decorations, it's as if they went to like a Home Goods or a Ross, and they just said, "What is the cheapest thing we can get?" Mm-hmm. And it was all of the quote signs,
all the basic bitch signs, the lift, laugh, love.
Yeah. No coffee, no worky.
Oh, you're so sassy. You're fucking sassy, Susan. Mm-hmm. You want to come over and play some canasta, Susan? I just got a new deck.
It's like, why do people think that that's still like a good idea for decoration? Like all these quotes.
People are simple, man. Like you can't hate them. They're trying to be good people.
You know what I like? Is what we recently watched was Black Lady Sketch Show, and their latest episode had a skit where they made fun of those quotes.
Yeah, HBO Max, Black Lady Sketch Show. It's been pretty entertaining. For those who haven't checked that out, go. It's the Black Lady Sketch Show.
Yeah. It's exactly what
it's a sketch show just with black ladies.
It's hilarious.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, they have good humor there. No Key and Peele, but it's funny. It's still funny.
I think it's like, I feel like it's more intelligent than that. There's like, some of the skits are like, you know, pretty cute. Yeah.
Are you saying that it's as funny as Key and Peele or Chappelle Show or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I am. Because it's fucking funny, dude.
This is why when you give a review on something, this is why you piss off the Foos.
Oh my God. They are screaming right now.
This is why they don't like, you're really skewing off the curve here. And I'm not saying don't like shit.
No, like why can't
I want
it be funny,
you to
though?
like shit. I want you to like shit.
I fucking like it.
But you got to be honest about it. Because what it comes down to is just you're skewing the curve, man.
But I fucking like the show, dude.
And you can like it. I'm not saying you can't like it, but it's not as funny as Key and Peele. It's good. Fuck. See, now people won't watch it.
Yeah,
now
they
don't
will.
believe
Yeah, they will, because they're gonna figure it out for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Fucking just watch the show, dude.
Moving on. We don't have a geeking out, but you mentioned, Steph, that there was a leak, a Disney Plus leak.
Yeah, one of those leaks.
I don't believe it was a leak. I think it was an intentional post that they made it look like a leak just so it can create buzz. But I mean, we're already talking about Doctor Strange.
It was the new Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness Illuminati clip leaked. And it's supposed to show you who is actually in the clip. I don't know from the screenshot how, if this is like a Photoshop type of thing.
It looks like it might be.
But in the screenshot, it has Captain Carter. Then it has fucking Mr. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. And who the fuck is that?
That Falcon?
I think it's... No. Oh, that's Captain Marvel.
No, okay. But we know for sure Professor X is in there, right?
Well, yeah, because
he was in the actual trailer.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
The at least the chair was, and his voice, and nobody else sounds like that motherfucker. Like,
no, you know who it is.
Yeah.
But then Disney took it down like immediately after.
Yeah.
After everybody made copies.
Right.
So the internet's still trying to figure out if this is actually like real, or we should just wait until
Or a fake.
until the weekend because we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's coming out Saturday, isn't it?
It's coming out Friday, but we're watching it on Saturday because that's the only time we can get tickets.
Right. What am I doing Friday? We're doing dinner and an escape room.
In a escape room.
What kind of escape room are you taking me to, Steph? By the way, it's your birthday week.
Is it?
Let's mention that.
Yay!
May the 4th be with you, Steph.
And also with you.
That's the Catholic in you. Yeah, May 4th on Wednesday. That's your birthday. Happy birthday, Steph.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And on Friday we're going to be doing our celebrating where we're going to be going to escape room. Now, do you know what the details are for this escape room?
Yeah, it's going to be
What are we supposed to do?
A dinosaur adventure, and we're supposed to figure out our way around them. That's all I know.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I've never done an escape room before.
Oh, okay. It can make or break friendships.
Okay. This one has, I think, a 50%, 40 or 50% pass rate.
Okay.
Because it gives you the stats.
So it's kind of like it's on
like
easy mode.
It's on medium?
When I would argue medium would be a 60 to 70, no? Kind of like a
No, for this particular company, a 60 to 70 is easy.
I'm sorry. Well, on the flip side, wouldn't it be
Pass rate.
yeah,
We're talking about pass rate.
So maybe like a 40 to 30 pass rate would be a little bit more difficult. Well, it would suck if you like a shitload of people who went to your establishments failed the,
There are hard ones. The hard ones have a 10 to 20% pass rate.
Oh, wow.
So it's fucking hard.
Do you get a prize?
You get a solid pat on the back, I think.
Okay.
An attaboy.
I haven't gotten one of those in a while.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah. I miss those.
Yeah. You're doing a great job right now.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed to hear that.
Keep it up.
Thanks. Okay, cool. I went to an escape room. I've only been to one ever, and you appreciate when people use their noggins, and it's like it's so quickly identifiable, the person who just gives up on something and just stands there.
They're just waiting for everybody to figure it
out for them.
Like they're
and
bored.
You instantly hate this person. It was
do
for work.
something.
It was like a team building exercise where we went to an escape room. And it's just this bitch. I just wanted to. I want to put her through a wall.
Did you guys find the clue yet?
She just gave up.
Did you find it?
Yeah,
Can you let me know when this is done?
pretty much.
Because I gotta be home.
Yeah, it was one of those things, and we're like, oh man, I wanted to kill this person so much. But yeah, escape rooms, they're great. I'm excited. Where are we going for dinner?
We're gonna go to a Filipino restaurant.
That's right. That's right. Okay, cool. I'm excited. And then Doctor Strange
Yeah.
the following morning.
And then Pearl Jam.
Oh, we're gonna go see Pearl Jam. That's right. We've had these tickets for like 2+ years, right? Because we bought them before the pandemic, and then like a month or two ago, I get pinged on my phone from Ticketmaster saying, "You ready for Pearl Jam?" I was like, "The fuck."
Oh, what?
I had these, and yeah, we're gonna go see Pearl Jam.
Yeah, I actually forgot about it too.
I don't know. And the only one I haven't forgotten about is Rage Against the Machine, but it will be, 3 years now? Because they got rescheduled for February of 2023 in Arizona?
We had them, I think, in 2019.
At the end of 2019 is
Yeah.
when we bought them, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were going to see them in 2020, like March or April or something.
Right when everything shut down.
Yeah. It just fucking sucked.
Fuck, dude.
And so anyway, that's that. I'm all out of things to talk about. We really have nothing to talk about.
Right.
Like, we would have just repeated what we talked about last week.
What did we talk about last week? Fucking our shows are back. Better Call Saul, which is actually, it's been on for a while and we kind of fucked up by missing a few episodes.
No, but we're caught up. But nothing really is happening yet. So there's nothing. I'd like to maybe get through it's supposed to be the last season, right? The final season.
Yeah, I think when it ties everything together.
Yeah, it's gonna dovetail into the beginning parts of Breaking Bad is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I think that I heard that Aaron Paul and
Bryan
Bryan Cranston are doing probably the last couple episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they started looking for help.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Because he becomes his attorney, Saul Goodman. And we still got to get to the point where Saul gets that snazzy fucking office.
Yeah.
With like the Constitution as wallpaper and shit like that. And so that's exciting.
But during this series, there's like a black and white portion where it's like the aftermath of Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out like where does he end up?
Alaska, I thought.
Right?
If I remember correct. Well, you didn't see Breaking Bad, but that's so you saw El Camino, right?
No.
Oh, fuck. So that's the movie that was like the aftermath of Breaking Bad. What happens to Jesse, Aaron Paul's character? Because in Breaking Bad, he denies getting that bailout. Mm-hmm. He gets the opportunity to pay a guy to remove his identity, wipe him clean, and just take him to some remote location where he's going to live out the next chunk of his life. Mm-hmm. And I think he didn't, if I remember correctly, you can all correct me here, but he denies doing that at the end of Breaking Bad. And then the El Camino is him changing his mind, saying, no, yeah, take me. I need to get the fuck out of here. And yeah. So I think that's what happens to Saul. He in those black and white cutaways, he's working at a Cinnabon. Yeah, and he's like the manager, it looks like, of the Cinnabon. And he keeps getting flashbacks of when all that shit was going down when he was Saul Goodman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or what's his real name?
Jimmy... Damn it.
Jimmy something.
McGill.
Jimmy McGill. Yeah. But it's funny because you wouldn't know this by watching only Breaking Bad, but the reason he's called Saul Goodman was because Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that's fucking clever.
Just conning people.
Yeah, just conning people. That's what he does.
Now he cons them illegally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, okay, so those are the shows we're watching. Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We're still got to catch up on that. Barry's out. Fuck. Halo, we got bored with that, but I'd still like to continue to try.
Yeah.
Because, of course, every time we fucking, like, give up on a show, it always gets good as soon as we stop.
I know.
And that's why we haven't seen that other DC show. What is it? Doom Patrol?
Well, we finally fucking finished it, and it was actually good.
It got good towards the end. It got more psychedelic. Like we were in her brain, the one with multiple personalities.
Dorothy.
Yeah. That was cool. I enjoyed that. And I think that's it, man. Of course, all the Disney Plus shit that we always talk about on this show. And
you know what's coming back this month is Stranger Things.
That's right.
Volume 1 of this new season is coming back. And supposedly the last part of Ozark is coming back at the end of this month, too.
That's right. In a week.
Holy shit, no way.
Soon. So I don't know about that. But it's soon. It's happening real soon.
It's
fucking finally. Because I can't get enough of that fucking show. It's just interesting. It takes so many twists.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know what to expect. Yeah, that's all I fucking got. Like I'm drained. I'm not even like this was taxing to press record, to get into the studio and press record. I hope this was entertaining.
Yeah, you know what? Thank you for going on this journey with us, recapping our entire weekend. Dear Diary, over the weekend I was so busy and I saw a drunk girl flash her cooch.
Yep. And it inspired a new metal song I like to call Axe Wound.
Oh, actually.
Right. But we still have music highlights, so you want to just end it with that?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
said a hip. I wanna rock.
Only because it's arguably the easiest part of the show that kills a good amount of time. We wanted to highlight three songs, and then I have my own separate one. But in going on with our carousel of song genres, I'll start. I was assigned rock this week, and I gotta say, the Interrupters can do no wrong. Mm-hmm. I think that when people think of ska, they think of something that was really cheesy, late 80s, kind of checkerboard, Pachuco, but not really that kind of style with the baggy suits and then the hats and that kind of thing. But the Interrupters, they know how to do it right, I think. They make you feel happy. They make you feel happy listening to their music. And it's something that a lot of ska hasn't done for a really long time, for me. At least for me. I know people will argue that ska has always been very fun, and it is. But I think that the Interrupters do something special that I think that it's kind of it's derivative of Rancid, like that brand of ska. I think
more of on the punk side.
More ska. On the punk ska, yeah, but like with a really feel good kind of attitude, really kind of, I don't want to say predictable, but a more cheerful and kind of chord progressions happening throughout their songs, and this one is no exception. This is their latest single off of their new album called In the Wild. This is their new single called In the Mirror. It just fits so well together. Isn't that nice?
It's perfect.
It was so nice. And you didn't have to. I don't think that the DJ or the producer did any pitch corrections. I think that's the pitch that it was sung in, and it just so happened to have been the same key as Other Side by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That is amazing.
That's really cool.
Like, you almost, when you first start listening to it, you're just like, this almost doesn't fit until right before the chorus hits.
And then it kicks in.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah. And especially with the harmonies and the backup vocals of Dreams happening also, where you would normally hear John Frusciante doing his backup vocals to Anthony Kiedis' Other Side, but instead you're getting Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really nice. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. And that's going to do it, man. Here, let me do the old... yeah, man, that's going to do it for the podcast. Thank you for listening in to another one of these where it's, I guess you can call this another Steph episode.
It's another Steph episode. You're welcome.
They've been doing this a lot with a lot of comedy shows where, a peripheral character gets its own episode. It reminds me of F is for Family, Bill Burr's animated show where there's this character, his name is Rosie, and they gave him his own episode.
I love Rosie, dude.
Rosie was cool as fuck. And then they gave him his own episode. I thought that was pretty cool. And or South Park would give Butters his own episode. It's Butters.
Yeah,
that's me.
Or when we got a Leon episode in Curb.
Yep.
Fucking genius. Loved it.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. All right, well, Steph, thanks for inspiring the episode. I don't know how else to fucking thank you.
Right. You know what? I think it was just the day, and we were just so busy this weekend that we fucking really had to throw some shit together last minute.
We didn't even throw any shit together. We just were like, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And we ended up filling an hour, so I'm going to sleep good tonight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much right now. I'm going to have a couple more dabs.
You know what? Something just came to mind that I really wanted to complain about earlier.
Jesus Christ. Here we go.
Okay, so when we were on the fucking hike, I was already exhausted before we even started. And I hear this music playing behind us, and it's getting closer. So I'm like, whoever is playing the music behind us is on a bike. And because I can hear them coming almost a little quicker.
Faster.
Yeah. No, it is this woman, and she's speed walking, and she has her music full blast on a speaker attached to her hip. And it's playing this, I don't know, soft rock music that nobody wants to listen to on a hike.
What do you mean?
That's her music that she's playing for everybody else to hear.
Like adult contemporary or something?
Yeah. Instead of having
some Sheryl Crow or...
Yeah, instead of having earbuds or like a fucking headphone.
Okay.
And it's just like, dude, nobody wants to listen to that shit. Nobody.
Jeez.
Sorry to hear that. That sounds awful.
And it just...
Sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah. And it just reminded me of this skit I saw on Instagram from Trevor Wallace and how he makes fun of all these different types of hikers. Mm-hmm. You gotta check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Most of his stuff is pretty funny. He's on Instagram, Trevor Wallace.
I will check it out.
Yeah. I think he's like on par with what you're thinking.
Like Whitest Kids You Know kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Where he's just screaming at people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Just making fun of them.
Yeah. Sweet. Thank you very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Remember to hit subscribe and be sure to rate, review, and tell a friend like a frickin' champion. You can also listen in and get our swag at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com. And follow FOO Bar Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Join in, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foo. I've been Josie.
And now Steph.
Signing off for you motherfuckers. Don't be a dick! Woo!